very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and a very warm welcome to Pointless, the quiz show where the lowest scorers are the biggest winners. Let's meet today's players. Firstly, we welcome back Tabitha and Van. You were on the show last time. Everyone gets 2 chances to reach the Pointless final, and this is your second and last chance. Remind us how you did last time, Tabitha.
We went out in the first round because I messed it up.
Penguins.
I don't know any penguins. I thought that
Do now.
penguins were just penguins.
Mm-hmm. You were so wrong.
Yeah, I know.
Van, thank you for wearing your unicorn again.
It
New
missed
beret.
you. It missed
New beret.
you.
Listen.
Yeah, new beret. Same
new beret
unicorn.
and same unicorn.
You came up with a very cute pet name for the unicorn on the last show, didn't you? Very clever name.
Yeah, we decided we'd call it. Go on, tell them.
It's not you decided to call it the unicorn.
Sweet.
You've earned your reputation as an entertainer, my friend.
Hey, now. What do you hope is going to come up today, Tabitha?
Guns N' Roses. Yeah.
That's great, that's great. Round 1 is about guns, and round 2 is about roses.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Brilliant. Well, very best of luck to the pair of you. Please stay with us longer than the first round. Next, we welcome Ian and Jane. Now, how do you two know each other?
We are married to each other.
Short and sweet. Where have you come from, Ian?
I'm originally born in Newark, but we both live near Nottingham now.
Right, you are. And what do you do in Nottingham, Ian?
I retired as a deputy head teacher last summer. I used to be a deputy head teacher in a 11-16 comprehensive school.
What do you do now, Ian?
What do I do now, dear?
Well, I leave him a list in the morning when I go out to work, and he does it when I've come back again, so...
Oh, it's
he
brilliant.
does the shopping and the cleaning and the cooking and the garden and...
Oh, fantastic.
It's lovely.
And what do you do, Jane, while he's doing all those things?
I go out to work to earn the money while he's sitting about watching daytime television.
Can I ask what you do?
Yes, I'm manager of a school.
Well, it's fabulous to have you here. Very best of luck. Hope you enjoy the show.
Thank you very much.
And next, we welcome Karen and Jim. How do you two know each other?
Well, we met at interviews for university a couple of years ago.
Yeah, now we both study maths at Oxford together.
Both studying maths at Oxford, so undergraduates, Richard. Maths, undergraduates.
Blimey. That's properly clever, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Maths. What's your actual degree called, Jim?
It's just called maths.
And what's yours called, Karen?
Mine's called mathematics, actually.
Oh, I see.
Mine's a bit more relaxed.
Yeah.
Can I ask Karen and Jim a question? I always think it's amazing when people are very, very good at mathematics and they tend to have extraordinary, processing speed. OK, so we'll take an immediate answer. 4 times 6.
24.
24? How do they do that? Let me just check. Hold on a minute. 4 times 6.
It's right.
You know what? It's 24. It's 24.
OK, well, very best of luck to the pair of you. Great to have you here. And finally, we've got David and Dave. Now, how do you two know each other?
Hello. We first met 25 years ago through work. Found we had similar interests, similar sense of humours, and been good friends ever since.
Dave just looked at you with such a sort of similar what?
sense of
Similar sense of humour? Things you find funny? And what sort of things have you been doing over the intervening years? Do you quiz together a lot?
Yeah, we do. An awful lot.
An awful lot. They're quizzes. They're quizzes, Richard.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't mean we win.
Yeah, that's what good quizzes always say, isn't it? Oh, yeah, we never win.
Tell you what, we got a retired deputy head, we've got 2 maths students from Oxford, we've got quizzes, we've got a magic unicorn. Anybody's game,
This is a show like no other. OK, well, we'll find out more about all of you throughout the show. There's only one person left for me to introduce. He's a man steeped in obscure knowledge. He is my pointless friend. He's Richard.
Hiya. Hello.
Wow. What a cast.
I know.
I've watched Miss Marples with duller casts than this.
If this was a Miss Marple, who do you think the murderer would be?
Van. No. She's the red herring.
No, that's too obvious,
She's
isn't
the
it?
red herring. It would be Ian. Oh, it would be as well.
Oh,
Ian.
it would be, yeah.
Yes, Ian.
It should be a very good show. We've only got one returning pair today, and that's Van and Tabitha. I mean, they were knocked out in round 1 last time, so it's very difficult to judge who's going to win it. But everybody looks very bright today, don't they? It should be quite something.
It's OK. Well, we put all our questions to 100 people before the show, but this is pointless, so we're after the obscure answers they didn't get. What everyone's trying to do, of course, is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, we will add £250 to the jackpot. Now, nobody won the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that, so today's jackpot starts off at £3,750. Right, let's play Pointless. OK, in the first round, each of you must give me one answer and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever team has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated, so make sure that's not you. OK, our first category this afternoon is... it's food. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many nuts. Richard.
Yeah, all the correct answers in this round will be types of edible nuts or foods that we commonly refer to as nuts.
Now then, Tabitha and Van, you all drew lots before the show, and this afternoon you get to go first. In this round, you'll be pleased to hear, we're going to give you a choice of 7 possible answers on the board in each pass. The first set of 7 answers reads like this. We've got jam nut, macadamia, walnut, candle nut, pistachio, cashew, hickory. I'll read those again. Jam nut, macadamia, walnut, candle nut, pistachio, cashew, and hickory. And I can tell you that at least one of those answers is pointless, but be very careful, because there is at least one incorrect answer on that board, and if you pick one of those, you will score the maximum of 100 points. Tabitha.
OK, I'm going to play it safe, because I tried to be clever in my last game, and it didn't work. So I'm going to go for macadamia nut.
Macadamia. Is it right?
Yes.
Rhetorical, Tabitha, rhetorical. Is it right? And if it is, how many people said it? Macadamia nut. It's right. 28. Not a bad score, 28. The macadamia nut, Richard.
Yeah, and an Australian nut, of course, the macadamia nut, named after the chemist John McAdam, by a friend of his who was a botanist who first discovered it.
Now then, Jane, nuts.
Well, there's 2 I don't like the look of at all. I'm going to go for hickory.
Hickory. Hickory, let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said hickory. It's right. Well done, Jane. Down it goes. Oh, very well done indeed. That's a brilliant score. Very well done, Jane. Hickory scores you just 1 point.
Very well done, Jane. Very common and very popular in America, the hickory nut. It has an extraordinarily hard shell. You have to really smash it with a hammer, a hickory nut.
Jim, we are looking for edible nuts or things commonly referred to as nuts.
Right. I loathe nuts, so my knowledge of them is not good at all. So I'm going to play it pretty safe. Like, I anticipate this to be quite high scoring, but better than 100, so I'm going to go for pistachio.
You're going to go for pistachio. Let's see if pistachio is right, and if it is, let's see how many people said pistachio. $49 for pistachio, Jim. Pistachio, Richard.
Yeah, better safe than sorry, Jim. They call it the happy nut in China and the smiling nut in Iran.
Now, Dave, we're looking for nuts, or things commonly referred to as nuts.
Everybody knows what a cashew is and everybody knows what a walnut is. They should do. So I'm going to have to go for a gamble on one that I've not heard of. So I'm going to have to go for candle nut.
Candle nut. Let's see if it's right. Good luck, Dave. And if it is, let's see how many people said candle nut. Very well done, Dave. That's superb. I have a hunch that is going to go all the way down. Let's see. Yes, it is! Very, very well done, Dave. Camel up, a pointless answer. It adds £250 to today's jackpot, takes the total up to £4,000. And most importantly of all, it scores you nothing. A candle nut, Richard.
Yeah, very well played, Dave. Also known as a candleberry and used a lot in Southeast Asian cooking. Let's take a look at the rest of the board. Walnut, obviously, is a real nut, but would have scored you a fairly hefty 84 points. Cashew would have scored you 62. By process of elimination, it means a jam nut is an incorrect answer. That's a metal nut.
Yeah, of course it is.
Rather than an edible nut.
OK, thanks very much, Richard. Well, we're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at the scores and what scores they are. Dave and David on nothing. 0. Then we come up 1 to Jane and Ian. 1. Wonderful low score. Then up a little bit further to Tabitha and Van, 28. Not a bad score at all. A little bit further on, we come to Jim and Karen, 49. So, yes, if there is a tussle, it's between Van and Karen and this next pass. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 7 more answers on the board. We are looking for nuts, and we have got Darnel, almond, cola nut, Brazil nut, bread nut, filbert, goldstone. I'll read those one more time. Darnel, almond, cola nut, Brazil nut, bread nut, filbert, goldstone. And again, I can tell you that at least one of those answers is pointless and at least one of those answers is incorrect. So avoid the incorrect ones if you can. David.
The fact Dave's got 0, I'll probably play a little bit safe. So I shall go for almond.
You're going to say almond. OK, there it is. 1 down from the top. Almond, here is your red line. If you get below that red line, you are through to the next round. Let's see if almond is right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. Almond. Ooh, that's a high scorer. Scores you 68, takes your total up to 68. Richard?
Yeah, pretty high score. There's 2 main types. There's sweet almonds and bitter almonds. You're not allowed to buy bitter almonds in the United States. They're illegal.
No, why?
Because they're poisonous when raw.
But if you get them on the black market, they can cost you an almond a leg. Oh, that's the worst joke ever!
To be fair to you, it's not the worst joke ever.
I think it
Although
is.
the 3 that beat it are also yours.
Karen.
Right, I'm going to go for...
There's at least 1 pointless on that board, Karen.
Ooh, I'm toying between 2 at the moment. I think I'm going to go for a filbert.
A filbert.
I am.
There's your red line. If
Yep.
filbert gets you below that red line, Karen, you are through to the next round. Fingers tightly crossed. Let's see if filbert is indeed a nut, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Filbert. Well done, it's right. And you are through to the next round. Very, very well done. That scores you 4, takes your total up to 53. Filbert, Richard?
Yeah, well done, Karen. Grown in Britain, of course, grown mainly in Kent. And they're called filberts because they ripen around St Filbert's Day, which is, don't need to tell you, is August the 20th.
Absolutely.
They're like a hazelnut, a filbert.
OK, we are looking for edible nuts or things commonly referred to as nuts. Ian, you are on 1. Fantastic low score from Jane in the first pass. The high scorers are David and Dave on 68. Should you score 66 or less, you're through to the next round.
Well, there's one obvious answer up there. There is another one up there which I'm fairly certain is a nut. I'm going to go for cola nut.
You're going to go for cola nut. Jane nodding. There's your red line. Below that red line, you are through to the next round. Cola nut. Let's see if it's right. If it is, let's see how many people said cola nut. Well done, it's right. And you are through to the next round. Very well done. Oh! Fabulous score, Ian. That equals the one that Jane scored in the previous pass. Takes your total up to 2. A cola nut, Richard?
Yeah, very well played, Ian. Native to West Africa, used for all sorts of things over there as a painkiller and all sorts of things. Got caffeine in them, obviously used to flavour soft drinks as well.
Now then, Van. You're the last person to have this board. You can talk us through everything that's on it.
Wish I'd had the last board, because being Australian, we eat a lot of like Southeast Asian food, and obviously candle nuts are something I'm quite used to. And though I was honoured that Tabitha picked macadamia You know, it's my homeland. I'm now in the situation where, like, I know a Brazil nut is a nut, but I'm sure that more than 39 people know that. I was really banking on getting cola nut because I've eaten a lot of those too. So now I'm left with 3 nuts that may not be nuts, that may be, you know, the surname of a botanist who discovered a particular kind of nut, but hey, you name nuts after them as well. I think I'm going nuts.
You just keep talking. And when you mention one of these, just say, draw breath when you've landed on the one you want to say.
The magic unicorn says Darnell.
The magic unicorn says Darnell.
We haven't established whether it lies or whether it's deceptive. Because
we hadn't even established it was magic. I didn't know it was magic. I just thought it spoke.
All unicorns are magic.
What?
Did you not know that?
Now?
That's right, Van, isn't it?
Yeah, all unicorns are magic.
Yeah.
Wow. Darnell. There's your red line. If you get below that red line with Darnell, you are through to the next round. Let's find out if it's right and if it is. Let's see how many people said Darnell. Very best of luck, Van. Oh, that mendacious unicorn. Oh.
What is it? What's Darnell?
Bad luck. That's an incorrect answer. It scores you the maximum of 100 points, which takes your total up to an unbeatable 128 points. Richard, very disappointing.
I am so sorry, Van. I'm not going to tell you what Darnell is because it will upset you too much. And
Thanks.
I won't have it.
I do appreciate it. Well, it's been fun.
OK, I will tell you. August Darnell is the real name of Kid Creole from Kid Creole and the Coconuts. You were quite right that Brazil nut would have scored you too many points. It would have scored you 84. And of the other 2, one of those is pointless. One of those is incorrect. What do you think, Alexander?
See, I would have said bread nut was there to fool you, but it does sound like a nut, and Goldstone doesn't sound remotely like a nut.
Well, if I tell you Sir Frank Goldstone was a former leader of the NUT, then that is an incorrect answer. A bread nut is a real nut and was pointless. Would have added money to the jackpot. Very well done at home if you said bread nut.
Thanks, Richard. So at the end of round 1, the losing pair with the highest score. Oh, Van and Tabitha.
We'll miss you.
Say it ain't so.
Twice in a row.
Twice in a row. Really sad to be saying goodbye to you, but we have to, I'm afraid. We can't keep you on with that high score, but it's been brilliant having you on the show. Thank you so much for playing. Thank you.
Thank you.
But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Well, only 2 pairs can make it through to the head-to-head, so one team will be leaving us at the end of this round. OK, our category for round 2 this afternoon is television. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, our round 2 question concerns US TV characters and their shows. In this round, we're about to show you a list of famous characters from American TV shows. We asked 100 people to tell us the programme they first appeared in. Richard.
Yep, we're going to show you 6 characters in each pass. The more obscure answers will score you fewer points. If you give us an incorrect answer, you'll score 100 points.
OK, thanks very much, Richard. So we are looking for the programme in which these characters first appeared, and we have got J.R. Ewing, Niles Crane, Maddie Hayes, Fox Mulder, Louis De Palma and Jack Bauer. I'll read those one more time. J.R. Ewing, Niles Crane, Maddie Hayes, Fox Mulder, Louis De Palma, Jack Bauer. Now, as always on Pointless, you are looking for the answer that the fewest of our 100 people knew. Now then, Jane. Oh, dear, you're not looking happy. Oh, Jane. What can we do to cheer you up?
Change them?
Short of changing them, what can we do to cheer you up?
Right, let me think. I think Maddie Hayes might have been in Moonlighting.
Moonlighting, Maddie Hayes, you're saying? Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer, Moonlighting. Very well done, Jane, that's right. Not only right, a wonderful low score, look at that. Just 6 points. 6 points for Moonlighting, Richard.
Yeah, very well played, Jane. It obviously stuck at the back of your mind somewhere, didn't it? Which is what Pointless is all about. She played by Sybil Shepherd, of course, opposite Bruce Willis.
Now then, Karen.
Right, there's 2 that I know. but I've never watched them. I just somehow know them. And there's one that I think I know, but I'm not sure if it's worth going for.
Right.
So, but they've got quite a low score. Actually, no, I'm going to go for one I know. Right, I'm going to say Jack Bauer, 24. I'm so sorry.
Jack Bauer, 24.
Yes. That is how bad it is.
You think that's going to be a high scorer?
Well, yes, I think it's going to be more than 24, put it that way.
OK, Jack Bauer, 24, you're saying. Is it right? And if it is, how many people knew that answer? It's right. It's right. It scores you 49. That is quite a high score. Richard?
Yeah, high score, but better to be safe than sorry. Yeah, Jack Bauer played by Keith Sutherland in all 8 seasons of 24.
OK, now then, David. Remember, we're looking for the US TV shows in which these characters first appeared. You're the last person to have this selection of characters, so please talk us through them.
The 2 I was going to say have gone.
Yeah.
I think J.R.U. and that's going to be a high score. Niles Crane I've not heard of, or Louis De Palma. So I'll go for Fox, Mulder and the X-Files.
Fox, Mulder and the X-Files. OK, let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. The X-Files. Yes. 60. Ooh, that is a high score there. 60 for the X-Files, Richard.
Yeah, big score. Very popular show, isn't it? Of course, David Duchovny played Agent Fox Mulder, opposite Gillian Anderson.
Indeed.
Let's take a look at the rest of the board. J.R. Ewing, quite right, is Dallas, and that would have scored you a very hefty 84. Niles Crane is Frasier Crane's brother from Frasier, would have scored 29. And Louis De Palma is a pointless answer. Very well done at home if you know Louis De Palma. Do you know Louis De Palma?
Yeah, a Taxi.
Yeah, Danny DeVito's character in Taxi is Louis De Palma. Pointless answer.
Very good. OK, well, we're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at the scores. A broad field, I would have to say. Jane on 6, lovely low score there. Then we come up to Karen on 49. It was looking quite scary after the 6, but then luckily David came in with 60. So that's placed you quite neatly in the middle there. So Jim and Dave, the contest is going to be between you in the next pass. Going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more famous characters from American TV shows on the board, and here they come. We have Eric Cartman, we have Cosmo Kramer, we have Monica Geller, Captain James T. Kirk, Hugo Hurley-Reyes, and Alexis Carrington. I'll read those one more time. Eric Cartman, Cosmo Kramer, Monica Geller, Captain James T. Kirk, Hugo Hurley-Reyes, and Alexis Carrington. Now, remember, we're looking for the programmes in which these characters first appeared, and you're trying to find the one that the fewest of our 100 people knew. Now, Dave, you are the high scorers on 60. You're going to have to find the most obscure answer on that board to stay in the game.
Well, the only 2 American TV programmes I've regularly watched are Friends and 24. 24 is gone. I'm going to go, as we're high score, Alexis Carrington. Dynasty?
Alexis Carrington, something about your inflection there tells me you're not entirely certain about this.
No.
Alexis Carrington, Dynasty, you're saying. You're hoping it was a long time ago and therefore no one will remember it.
Yeah.
So Alexis Carrington, Dynasty, how many people said that? That's right. 42. Amazing. Still such a high score after all these years. 42, that takes your total up to 102. Richard?
Yeah, another big score. Joan Collins, of course, played Alexis Carrington, Colby, various other surnames.
Remember, we're looking for the US TV shows in which these characters first appeared. OK, now, Jim.
There's one that I'm a bit unsure of, and I don't think it's worth taking the risk at the moment.
Well, let me just put everything in context. The high scorers are David and Dave on 102.
Yeah.
You're on 49. If you can score 52 or less, you are through to the head-to-head.
Yeah, I'm thinking the one I'm about to give might be around that. So, yeah, OK, I'll go for it. I'm going to go for Eric Cartman, South Park.
Eric Cartman, South Park. You think that might score around 52? There is your red line. If Eric Cartman gets you below that red line, you are through to the head-to-head. And let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Eric Cartman, South Park. It's right. You're in the head-to-head. 37 for Eric Cartman. Not a bad score at all. Takes your total up to 86. Eric Cartman, Richard.
Yeah, well played, Jim. Eric Theodore Cartman. He's voiced by Trey Parker, the co-creator and writer of South Park.
Now then, Ian. The high scorers are Dave and David on 102. If you can score 95 or less with this answer, you are through to the head-to-head. You're the last person to have the board, so talk us through it.
You have no idea how relieved I am at this moment in time, because there are two on there I've never heard of at all. And Captain James T. Kirk from Star Trek is obviously going to score pretty high. But interestingly, when you mention Friends, Monica Geller, Friends.
You're going to say Monica Geller, Friends. Here's your red line, nice and high. Let's see if Monica Geller can get you below that red line. Monica Geller, is it right? And if so, how many people said Monica Geller, Friends? It's right, and you're through. 45. 45 for Monica Geller, and that takes your total up to 51. Richard?
Yeah, well done, Ian. Played by Courtney Cox, of course, and occasionally Courtney Cox Arquette as well. Let's take a look at the rest of the board, though. James T. Kirk, yeah, very big scores. From Star Trek, of course, would have scored you 86 points. Hugo Hurley-Reyes is Hurley from Lost. Would have scored you 20. And the best answer on the board is Cosmo Kramer, who Alexander is from...
I don't know.
Don't know, from Seinfeld. Seinfeld would have scored 8 points. Very well done if you said Cosmo Kramer at home.
OK, thanks, Richard. So at the end of round two, the losing pair with the highest score, I'm afraid it's David and Dave. Ah, bad luck.
It's been fun.
It has been fun. It's been enormous fun. But any tactics you can bring to bear next time?
Just better ones, really.
Just better ones. Better ones, generally. Well, by and large, people tend to perform better on their second appearance, so we will look forward to that very much. But thanks, meanwhile, brilliant contestants. Thanks so much. But for the remaining two pairs, things are going to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. Very well done, Ian and Jane, Karen and Jim. You've made it through to the head-to-head. Now, obviously, only one pair can make it through to today's final and play for the jackpot, which currently stands at £4,000. You are now going head-to-head on the best of 3 questions. For each question, each pair needs to give me just one answer, and you are now allowed to confer. All you have to do is come up with an answer that scores less than the other pair, and you will win that question. The first pair to get to the best of 3 will be playing for today's jackpot. Let's play Pointless. Right, here is your first question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Olympic host cities beginning with M.
Yeah, we're looking for any city which has hosted the Summer Olympic Games since the first one in 1896, whose name begins with an M.
OK, Ian and Jane, because you've played best throughout the show so far, you get to go first. We are looking for Summer Olympic host cities beginning with M. OK, we have an answer.
We'd like to go with Melbourne.
You're going to go with Melbourne. Karen and Jim, talk out loud.
Right, well, we can think of a few, can't we?
Yeah, like Mexico City.
Munich.
Yeah, possibly Montreal.
Montreal. Was that definitely somewhere?
I think it was the 76 one, but I'm not sure.
You think Mexico City's hosted the Olympics, Summer Olympics? Because I thought of the other two, but not that one.
Well, do you want to go for, what, Montreal? Did you think of Montreal?
I thought of Montreal.
Should we go for that one, then? Yeah, let's go for that.
Right, OK, we'll go for Montreal.
You're going to go for Montreal. We have Melbourne, we have Montreal. Ian and Jane went for Melbourne. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Melbourne. $25 for Melbourne. Karen and Jim, after some deliberation, landed on Montreal. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see if it beats Melbourne. That's right. $35. So after our first question, Ian and Jane are up 1-0. Richard?
Yeah, well played, Ian and Jane. Melbourne, a very good answer. In fact, it's the second best answer on the board. There's only one answer that would have beaten it. I wonder, Karen and Jim, if you can guess what the answer that would have beaten it is.
Mexico City.
Let's take a little look. Yeah, there's 5 answers. Mexico City, right at the bottom, on 22. Tough luck. Melbourne, 25. Munich, 32. Moscow, 33. And Montreal, actually right at the top of the board on 35. Unlucky.
Rubbish.
Bad luck. Here is your second question. Karen and Jim, you have to win this question to stay in the game. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Spice Girls children as they could.
Yeah, we're looking for the first name of any of the children of any of the Spice Girls up to the start of 2011.
OK, thank you very much. Now then, Karen and Jim, you get to go first this time.
Right, do you want to go?
Yeah.
Right, well, we're going to go for one, which is the child of Mel B. It's called Phoenix Chi.
Phoenix.
But commonly known as Phoenix, I believe.
Phoenix Chi. You're supplying everything. It's brilliant. Phoenix Chi, commonly known as Phoenix.
Yeah, I believe so.
OK. Now then, Ian and Jane, you can talk out loud.
Oh, we were going to say Phoenix. So we're left with a...
I think we're left with the Beckhams.
Yeah, Emma Bunton's got one, hasn't she? But I don't know what it's called. I think we'll go for Cruz Beckham.
Cruz Beckham.
Cruz Beckham. We have Phoenix and we have Cruz. OK, in the order they were given, Karen and Jim went for Phoenix. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Phoenix. Phoenix is right. Ooh, down to 13. Very good answer. Very good answer. Karen, you're looking worried. Do you think that's... You think that's high?
That's higher than I thought, actually. Maybe there's more Mel B fans out there than I anticipated.
OK, here goes. Ian and Jane have gone for Cruz Beckham. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Good luck. Ooh. Well done, Karen and Jim. You win that one. So after 2 questions, it's 1 point all. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Karen and Jim. There were a few answers that would have won the points for you there. Let's take a look at all the Spice Girls children. Scarlett, who is Mel C's daughter, was actually a pointless answer. Angel, who is Mel B and Eddie Murphy's daughter, 7 points. Beau is Emma Bunton's son, would have scored you 8 points. Bluebell Madonna is Jerry Halliwell's daughter. Then another Mel B child, Phoenix, would have scored you 13, and then it's the Beckham sons. Cruz on 30, Romeo 36, and Brooklyn on 50.
Thanks very much, Richard. OK. Here is your third question. Whoever wins this question goes through to the final and plays for that £4,000 jackpot. Here we go. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many things that happened to Solomon Grundy. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for the things that happened to Solomon Grundy on the different days of the week in the nursery rhyme, and naturally there are 7 answers. We just need the things and not the days they happened on.
OK, Ian and Jane, you go first this time. OK, Ian and Jane.
We're going to say got married.
Got married. OK. Karen and Jim.
Right, I vaguely know the rhyme. He doesn't.
No idea.
I think he got buried on one of the days.
OK, you're going to go for buried.
Yeah.
So we have married, we have buried. Wouldn't want to call that at all. But the future of one of our pairs depends on the outcome of this. OK. Ian and Jane went for married. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said married. 46. Buried. Is it right? And if it is, how many people said buried? It's right. You are through to the final. Look at that. Down it goes, 24. There we are. After that answer, Ian and Jane, I'm afraid, are buried. Karen and Jim are through 2-1 to the final. Richard.
Yeah, very well played, Karen and Jim. Let's take a look at all 7 things that happened to Solomon Grundy in his busy week. It's quite confusing this year, Andy. He got worse on Friday, which would have scored you 5 points, having taken ill on Thursday, which would have scored you 8. Christened on a Tuesday, 23. Buried on a Sunday, 24. He was married on a Wednesday, which got you 46. Died, of course, on Saturday, also 46. And he was born on a Monday, 53.
Thanks very much, Richard. So the losing pair at the end of the head-to-head, I'm afraid it's Ian and Jane. Oh, that was quite a tough head-to-head, that one, wasn't it?
It was hard.
Oh, yes. Spice Girl children.
Who cares?
Spice Girl children. Well, for a brief moment, you did, desperately. Spice Girl children, Solomon Grundy. On such things was your pointless career decided. You've been fantastic on this show. We will see you again next time, when I dare say you will go all the way. But for now, we have to say goodbye to you. Thank you very much for playing. But for Karen and Jim, it's time for our Pointless Final and the chance to win our jackpot of £4,000. Well, congratulations, Karen and Jim. You've fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £4,000. Now, the rules are very simple. To win that money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people could think of. Now, we only had one pointless answer on the show today. You have to find one more to go home with that money. First, though, you've got to choose a category, and you can choose from these 3 options. Here they are. Cricket, MPs, actresses.
Right.
Well, cricket, I don't...
I play cricket, but I don't know anything about it.
I think we'll stay clear of the cricket.
MPs, unless it stands for maths problems, is not going to be good for us, right?
I think our knowledge of MPs will be quite limited. I think actresses is probably the way to go.
Not great for me, but you're a bit of a film one.
We'll see.
More than me, definitely.
It's our best topic
I think we're going to have to go actresses, I'm afraid.
We're going to go for actresses.
OK, actresses it is. Let's find out what that question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Michelle Pfeiffer films as they could. Michelle Pfeiffer, Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any feature film made for cinema release for which Michelle Pfeiffer has received an acting credit prior to the start of 2011. We're not looking for short films, TV films or documentaries, but voice performances do count. There are 38 films on the list.
OK, you now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that £4,000 jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Your 60 seconds start now.
Right, well...
Anyway.
Was she in American Beauty?
I have never seen American Beauty.
Neither have I.
Was she in Girl Interrupted? Was she in that one? I can't remember.
I haven't seen that. I don't...
Pfeiffer, out of all the actresses.
Do you know any cartoon voices she might have done?
Oh, no.
Do you know any she has definitely been in?
No, I have not seen one recently with her in it at all.
I think she was in American Beauty, but that's not going to be pointless. But that's all. I remember the cover was she had rose petals.
Yeah,
on.
That's right. But
Right,
was that
American
definitely
Beauty?
Pfeiffer?
No, but it's better.
Right.
Nothing. What else? And she might have done a voice in like The Lion King or something.
Okay, complete stab in the dark.
Well, I don't know.
Oh,
Who did the voice of Mulan? Pocahontas?
I honestly have no idea.
Right, what should we go? American Beauty?
Yeah, Girl Interrupted.
Girl Interrupted.
Like, that's just a complete
Girl
guess.
Interrupted and The Lion King.
Yeah.
And The Lion King.
Complete guess.
OK, those are your 3 answers. There we are. That's your time up. We were looking for Michelle Pfeiffer films. I now need 3 answers from you.
Right, American Beauty.
American Beauty.
Girl Interrupted.
Girl Interrupted.
And The Lion King.
And The Lion King.
Yep.
Well, we were looking for Michelle Pfeiffer films. Of those 3, which do you think is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Girl Interrupted.
Well, it's pretty well known. So, like, unless I would say The Lion King on the off
Okay,
chance
The Lion
that,
King.
OK,
on the
Lion
off
King will
chance
put
that she
up.
might have been in it.
Although probably she wasn't.
We'll put that up last.
Yeah.
Which is your least likely pointless
American
answer?
Beauty.
Nah, Girl Interrupted.
Right, Girl
I think that's-
Interrupted.
Girl
Stay.
Interrupted.
Yeah.
So Girl Interrupted
Then
we'll
American
put up
Beauty.
first, then American Beauty, then The Lion King.
Yeah.
OK, let's put the answers up on the board in that order. Here they are. Girl Interrupted, American Beauty, and The Lion King. OK, there you are. We were looking for Michelle Pfeiffer films. You said this was the answer you had the least faith in to be pointless. You only have to find one pointless answer to win that £4,000 jackpot, don't forget. Here is your first answer, Girl Interrupted. OK, well, let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Girl Interrupted. Bad luck. Mind you, that was the answer you said you had the least faith in anyways. That's fine.
Equally with the other two.
We've got Girl Interrupted out the way.
Yeah, we have.
OK, now then. £4,000, what would you do with that?
Oh, well, it would help with student life and, well, I'm going to a festival in the summer, so I'd take some with me for that.
Yeah. I'd fund it to a little trip to New York to see the tennis.
Your second answer, American Beauty. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. American Beauty. This has to be right and pointless for you to win that jackpot. Bad luck. That is an incorrect answer, which means you only have one more chance to win today's jackpot. One more chance. You said without any hesitation that this would be your most confident answer. The Lion King.
Yeah.
OK, this is your last shot at today's jackpot of £4,000. It has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot. Let's see if The Lion King is right. It has to be right. Then it has to go down to 0. The Lion King. Good luck. Oh, bad luck, bad luck. So unfortunately, you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot of £4,000, which rolls over onto the next show.
Yeah.
But you have been brilliant contestants. Thank you so much for playing. Thank you. And you do, of course, get our pointless trophy. So, Richard.
Yeah, tough luck, guys. You played very well throughout, but a very difficult category. Let's take a look at some of the pointless answers. I'm sure some people at home will have got some of these. She played Titania in A Midsummer Night's Dream. Into the Night, she was with Matthew Broderick and Lady Hawk. Those are all pointless. She's in Martin Scorsese's The Age of Innocence, of course. The Story of Us with Bruce Willis and The Deep End of the Ocean. You must have seen one of these three.
I haven't.
To Gillian on her 37th birthday. You haven't seen that?
I've seen The Age of Innocence.
Oh, I do.
I was talking about it yesterday, actually. Oops.
Oh. We've got Charlie Chan and The Curse of the Dragon Queen, Peter Ustinov, and Amazon Women on the Moon. All of those are pointless, but yeah, so you were talking about The Age of Innocence yesterday.
Yeah, because we were going through Scorsese films. I just didn't register that Pfeiffer was in it. Oops.
Well, unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to you, Karen and Jim, but
Yep.
It's been brilliant having you on the show. Thank you so much for playing.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So nobody's won our jackpot today, which means it rolls over onto the next show when we will be playing for £5,000. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.